Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24 and welcome to another Kickstarter unboxing. Today we have Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds from Rock Manor Games. This is a sequel of sorts to the standard Maximum Apocalypse game. We've got a couple of extra modules as well that were picked up. This was kindly provided to the channel by Benji, so for the unboxing, so thank you to him. Yeah, we're going to get right in here. It's a bigger box than the original. It's a campaign roguelike survival game. It's with different types of survival in it. So certain modules you'll be fighting zombies, certain the plague, others horror based. So there's a lot of variety in its story. We're going to get this open. I think this one comes with a few nuances that are slightly different from the base game. So first off, a tour of our box and what we're going to be able to organise. So we've got quite a lot in here. A learn to play guide, which is nicely illustrated. Gives us our survivor overview. So these are the characters that we'll be playing. The cards that will be sort of driving what we're doing, and shows you how to set up for some of the missions that you'll be going on, and how things will interact with you. And you're essentially going around some tiles to explore the area and complete the missions. So you've got missions there, and how to handle solo mode. So quite nice. But the rules are actually fairly light for the game, I believe. You got a mission log, so it shows us all the different bits for the missions. So we won't go into that too detail, just in case of spoilers. And then we've got a supplemental mission log. So I think this is from the original base game. So some bits here from the original, I believe. Yeah. So we won't go into too much detail there, but that's there. Then in this pack here, we've got our punch board with our character standees, some of our home tiles, bio tiles, and damage tokens. Then we've got our deck board showing where our cards are going to come from, red, green, or blue decks. A dial for daytime, nighttime type actions, I believe, which is one of the variants in this version. So let's get that away. Okay, then we've got a big bag of box of bits. So we've got some dials, dial pips that are going to be going in there, some standee holders that we've seen, but this version of the edition does come with miniatures, and we'll get those out in a sec. Then we've got our monster wooden tokens, some different marked, I think maybe cooperative tokens. Then we've got our ammunition, so when we'll be picking those up. Some markers for A, B, and C, so for objectives, I assume. Our fuel resource tokens. So typically in this, you're probably going to have to get to a vehicle and get away from it, in which you're going to need fuel. All of our dice, so some for our players and some for our events. We've got some roadblocks. And we've got our dividers, I think. We'll go through some of the dividers. Now, I don't think we'll go through all of the cards in this because there are quite a lot, but we might just open one of the packs. So there we are. So we've got our dividers. You can see what essentially we're going to be facing as you go through. So a lot of variants there. Oh, and then you've got your player aids at the end. So they are all there. And then go to this end. We've got, these must be our dials, or parts of our dials for our characters. So I won't get all of them out, but you can see there you've got the chef and the construction worker. So you'll be building your dial on that. There. Then under here we have got our monster cards. We'll get these ones out. If I can get these out. So we've got our different monster cards there, with different values. So this would potentially, instead of rolling dice, I think normally in the original game you roll dice to set where you're going to get essentially ambushed or picked up on monsters later on in the game. So this looks like essentially an event style deck. So potentially shuffling those in. Then we've got what looks like some scenarios type cards. Yeah, so these are sort of wounds or damage you potentially be picking up for in different areas. So yeah, so you've got the frostbite for weather, sunburns, and then infections. So some sort of damage you can potentially be picking up. Then we've got the tiles. So go through these. So we've got some of these tiles here. So there's the van we mentioned that get about getting refueled. Some of the camps, I recognise some of these from the base games. Some that I don't. So nice to see some of the returned stuff from that. But obviously that itself can be then standalone. So that. And here's some ones I haven't seen. So you're going to essentially be revealed and give you benefits or effects. And there you go. On the beach, you'll draw an exposure card. So all of these that we've got. Like I say, I won't go through all of these decks. I will grab one out. I'm going to grab out this one because it looks like the player decks. So each of your players are going to have decks that allow them to do actions or benefits to themselves. So here we've got the Ronin. These are the characters. So you've got the Ronin, the Hunter, Surgeon, Mechanic, Veteran, Dog, Priest, Adventurer, Ranger, Scientist, Beekeeper, Thief, Driver, Chef, Contractor, Beekeeper, Thief, Driver, Chef, Contractor. So they're all the hero cards. So they're essentially got health, damage, and what their essential abilities are. Each of the characters have got asymmetric abilities. Then we've got some of these. These are the plant cards. So these will be things that will be coming out and doing us some damage and some nasty. And we've got like some of these insectoid alien type things. Just a random elk. So find those in the woods. Wolf. Bear. So these are some of the creatures that we'll come across as we go through. Like I say, I'm going to probably stick that there, but I'll show you what's on the deck. So, for instance, this one here is our item deck. So things that you'll pick up from those locations that we had on the board at the beginning. Then we've got a chimp enemy. So we've got some more enemies in that one. We've got... so this is one of the action cards that I was saying. So you've got a mid-range action card there to discard ammo to deal X damage to 2 targets. So it gives you abilities that you can use. You've got Beekeeper's Hat. So passive, immune to status effects. So there, it'll show you which deck they're for. Right then, on to the miniatures. As you'll see, there's a bit of space in here, potentially for some of these expansions. You've got the miniatures that are going to be got your coloured bases, so if you want to use those. And then we've got these in here. So, for instance, there's our beekeeper. Let's see if the beekeeper can be seen. So some really nice sculpts on those. We've got a driver. Got that there with the helmet on, or the helmet in hand. So they're quite cool. Like I say, they're some really nice quite sculpts instead of standees. Inside. Then we've got our decks. So they'll probably be stored in there and can be drawn off the top of here. So you've got ammo, food, and fuel. There's the other parts of the dial. And then we've got a token tray for those bits that we store right at the beginning. Okay, so let's pop some of that back in there so we can make room. Nope. We'll look at a couple of the expansions that have been picked up. But, over there. So we've got the Few and the Cursed, and those familiar with that will recognise that it is from the graphic novel. So one of the expansions to add to Maximum Apocalypse. These will literally go straight in that base box. So I've got a little bit about the expansion, some missions that you might want to undertake. Then we've got some standees and some tokens. And then the majority of this is just going to be cards. So, oh, and then our Few and the Cursed miniature there for our character, which looks quite nice. I'll put that over there so it takes get the detail there. Okay. So again, we're not going to go through all of these, but you've got your gunslinger cards. So that'll be your actual hero. You've got the dividers for that, for when you put that into base box. Got some extra tiles. Now we'll go through these. Not many of them. So you've got some ruins, crow's nest, plank, Keola Springs, train tracks, cursed ground, gulch. So specific for the theme. Then we've got our hero cards, so Curse Chaser. And then we're going to have the monsters that it's going to add to it. So we've got some bandits and some of the cards that we're going to pick up in there as we go. Like I said, I don't want to go into them in too much detail. But that was Few and the Cursed. So finally on this unboxing, we have got the Time Traveller. So another one of the expansions for the game. So, I mean, Back to the Future vibes. I mean, anybody says Time Traveller with a car, we're always thinking Back to the Future vibes. So we've got the, again, book for it, explaining what's going on. Some missions just to pick up. And then we have got 2 miniatures in this one. See if we can get these. 2 rather nice miniatures. Quite detailed. Then we've got our dividers, our standees, so for our actual characters, a time deck, so specifically for these guys. Our only got a couple of tiles in this one. So we've got the War Bunker and the Time Pod, which is a nice Mini Cooper. So just a couple of bits there. So, and then we have got our enemy deck and our hero deck. So you've got the Time Traveller deck there, and also the enemies that we're going to be picking up for the Colonel. Looks like we are fighting some soldiers. Okay, so that was everything there in the Time Traveller. And that was everything for Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds from the Kickstarter. Thanks again to Benji. If you haven't done so already, please check out our other videos on the channel. Give us a like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Take care.